Hey Luigi, how are you today?
Hi Dave, very well, thank you.
Good, good. Listen, for the benefit of our audience, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, so I'm Italian, as my accent unveil, and my name as well. Very passionate about IT. Started on a keyboard when I was 4 years old, and that brought me to France, where I worked for 20 years at Dell, where we met. So long history in IT. And then for the last few years working in cybersecurity on before AI.
Okay, and what made you make that transition from some of these big corporate companies to wanting to start before AI?
Well, a couple of things, right? So first of all, I wanted to see something different, atypical in cybersecurity, because I don't come from a background of taking scene or white and black hats and all that. I'm more of an IT infrastructure guy, born into networks. As I was going through my career in Dell, I met some challenging questions from customers, one of which was, why is cybersecurity such a reactive industry? Why are we always late? Why are we always victim? And I thought those were interesting problems to figure out a solution for. And then I was lucky to meet Luciano and Sebastian, my co-founders, during an exciting startup program. And the rest is history, as they say.
Very good. So when people hear predictive cybersecurity, it really sounds great. Give me more insight into what that predictive really means. How can you achieve it?
We're really trying to be that one step ahead of criminals. And so we use the smarts of modern technologies to identify change of behaviors in networks at an internet scale, to identify the criminal infrastructure being set up so that we can notify and inform our customer before those criminal infrastructure get put to use, attacking their own customers and their organizations. And so the prediction is all about using all this technology we have to identify future attack and indicators of future attack in advance of the attack being deployed. But tell me, you've been with us a couple of months, so what's your take about before?
Finding that the customers are really interested in when they hear predictive. Obviously, the number of attacks that we're seeing out there is just starting to grow and grow. We're starting to see, customers being impacted by impersonation, trying to steal their credentials. And there's many customers turning to us and saying, we need your help. We need something that's going to change the paradigm of cybersecurity, and we think predictive can do that for us. So I think there's a lot of interest out there, and I think we've got a solution to help them.
Very good.
So I've been reading a little bit about this deepfake videos, and first, when we first heard about it, it was like impersonating some actors like the likes of Tom Cruise or whatnot. There was lots of that out there, but now it's starting to change. And we've read recently it's been impersonating some Ukrainian politicians, trying to obviously trick politicians of other countries. And now lately, just in the news with the cryptocurrency, we've seen that Patrick Hillman has been, Bianca has been impersonated. Give me your thoughts on where you see this is going.
Yeah, so this is such an exciting topic. So first of all, as you know, before we've been heavily influenced and inspired by Tom Cruise through the Minority Report, the movie, right? That's what started our idea of pre-crime a few years ago. And definitely I was excited and interested a few months ago when I saw the first deepfake impersonation of Tom Cruise, where there is an actual fake Tom Cruise account on Instagram where there are this video published regularly, and how this would be potentially a risk for people in future, where someone could impersonate a CEO or a finance executive in a video conference, and how do you know if it's a true person or not, right? And so it was, but in my mind, as I was thinking to this, it was okay, this is going to be a problem in the next 3-5 years that maybe we'll have to put some thought on. And so I've been following this in the last few months, and it's scary how quickly the technology is advancing. And you mentioned 2 cases that happened in the last 5 weeks, and the last one actually this week, where there have been impersonation of personalities through deepfake video created by artificial intelligence, basically scam others, right? So if we take the Binance example you just mentioned, the chief communication officer impersonation was meant to, lure journalists into talking about some cryptocurrency that would be listed on Binance, obviously to try and get the value of those cryptocurrencies being pumped high, right? And so if you think to it how sophisticated it is, these people had to think about the whole scenario, get probably videos of this executive collected and then processed to generate the fake video. This is quite a sophisticated effort still today. And one would think that this would be limited to state type attack, like exactly the example of the Kiev major being impersonated. But we are starting to see it in actual commercial applications. So now to me, that tells that, okay, it's not such a science fiction idea as it was 6 months ago. It's getting into a more risk that need to be managed by CISOs and our customers. And actually, matter of fact, this morning I spoke with one of our customers. He was asking me about, he had read this news and he wanted to know, can we help them? Can we figure out something there, right?
Okay. So today, they're definitely sophisticated attacks. Maybe we would circle back to more common attacks. Where do you see the sophistication actually coming into the attack landscape for customers today?
Yeah, listen, as I said, this is exciting science fiction, and thankfully, I think still a few months, if not years, before it becomes widespread mainstream type of attack. So if we actually look at more what's happening every day and is more dangerous is when impersonation through emails or through domains get applied to, say, supply chain. And so we have seen cases where some of our customers have been attacked by criminals impersonating one of their project management firm or one of their banks and trying to get payments sent to wrong accounts. And so this is, kind of, you could say, bread and butter, right? So it's much more common. So you don't need advanced AI to impersonate somebody in a very credible way through email or through fake websites. And business email compromise still represent the number one cost for companies in terms of cybersecurity losses. Often people get excited about ransomware and malwares and all these esoteric type of attack, but business email compromise is by far the largest source of losses for companies. I think it's over $2.5 billion last year, according to the FBI, and that's what our customer asked us to work on.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Really hits home. I think a lot of the customers and the public would know about phishing scams, but I think there's a lot more detail that's put into a business email compromise because the reward is obviously a lot higher.
Yeah. So phishing is obviously the number one vector of attack, and if anything, because it impacts also consumers, so just by volume will be bigger. Business email compromise require a little bit more, not little bit, some more understanding of your target, because you need to impersonate them, you need to have a proper conversation, use certain clues so that they feel that you are the real one. And so it does require a little bit more sophistication to just spray and pray scripts on fake domains, right? So, but it is definitely by far the most risky activity that we help prevent.
Now, I know we're early with detecting these, whether it's a phishing or a business email compromise, but just give the audience some insight as to how early we actually are.
Yeah, the average is on phishing attacks that are the fastest by far is we inform our customer between 72 to 96 hours before the phishing attack starts. That generally means we can also deploy our active defense and take down service before the attack starts. So it's not uncommon that our customer get contacted by their clients or partners because these people received an email, and when they clicked on the email link to approve a wire transfer or to go on a website and share some information about themselves, but the link doesn't work, right? And why it doesn't work is because meanwhile we had identified the domain, informed the customer, and take care of getting rid of it for good.
Mr. Luigi, really thanks for your time today. You talked about one of these up-and-coming specialized deepfake videos that are no doubt going to become more commonplace, but we have also related it as to how we can protect customers against phishing and business email compromise. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Dave, and we'll see maybe in a few months where all of this has gone.